So if Elijah, antitypical Elijah, does not have these characteristics, he cannot be Elijah. It doesn't matter whether that individual is a good teacher. It doesn't matter if that individual can bring out the prophecies for this last days. It doesn't matter if he's an eloquent speaker. It doesn't matter. If that individual does not have the characteristics of Christ, he can never be Elijah, antitypical Elijah. Make sure you understand that's what we're talking about. And if you're going to a church or you're going in a congregation and the person is supposedly antitypical Elijah and they are not kind, they're not loving, they're not someone who you can communicate with, they're not someone who you can sit down with and who you can have a conversation with, they're angry, they're intolerant. That's not antitypical Elijah. It can't be. Antitypical Elijah or is number one and foremost a pastor. He loves the people and he would go out of his way to find the one sheep who's gone astray, just like Christ did. Christ said he would go after the one sheep. If this whoever's claiming to be Elijah won't go after the one sheep, he's not Elijah, period. If an individual is not a shepherd who will look after the flock in every single instance and won't be aggressive towards them, won't embarrass them in a public atmosphere. I'm not talking about any particular person. I'm just talking about the general characteristics that Elijah must have. If that individual is not a family man, if him and his wife are not together, if the family's not together, if his children they necessarily have to be a part of what he's doing, but his children and must be respectful of the message and must also, his wife has to be together with him. So again, we don't know who Elijah is and we don't care, but we're looking for Elijah because all of the signs point out that Elijah must be here and he must be here now, because if he's not here, then the Lord is going to outweigh all of us until we die, and then he's going to bring up a generation and he's going to bring up Elijah. And you and I don't want that. We want to be around now because we see all the signs fulfilling that Elijah must be here. But we need to identify Elijah not just by the message that he teaches, but also by the character that he has, right? And so we're looking forward to that, and you should be looking forward to that too. So God bless. And look out for Elijah by the characteristics, not just the teaching of the message, but the characteristics that Elijah must have, Christ-like characteristics, in order to fulfill that role.